These all are top 10 exceptions occurs in the Java. Basically, the first one is index out of bound exception, null pointer exception, class cost exception, illegal argument exception, number format exception, stack overflow error, IO exception, string index out of bounds exception, no such method exception. These exceptions are covered in the previous video. Now, the last exception, which is commonly occurs in Java programming, that is nothing but unsupported operation exception. So, unsupported unsupported operation exception. When we will get this exception, okay, basically this is a runtime exception in Java that indicates that the requested operation is not supported by the object or collection being operated upon. This exception is typically thrown to indicate that a particular method or operation is not implemented or available for use by the object or collections. This exception is very common exception when we are working on the collections or on an object. What are the common cause for this one? We are going to attempting to modify an immutable collection. If you try to modify a collection that is immutable, immutable means that is cannot be changed, such as those returned by collection.unmodifiable list or collection.unmodifiable map. Any modification operation will result in unsupported operations exception. Then what is the first point of this exception? The first point is nothing but basically this is an runtime exception. The runtime exceptions are unchecked exception. Okay, exception in Java. In Java, that indicates that the requested operation not supported by the requested requested operation is not supported by the object collection being operated upon. This is the first point. The second point is nothing but this exception is typically this exception is typically thrown to indicate that thrown to indicate that a particular method a particular method or operation is not implemented not implemented or available for available for use by the object or collection. And what are the common cause of this? As we have seen that, okay, calling an unsupported method or operation. Some methods or operation may not be implemented or supported by the certain object or collection. Ignoring such methods or operation will result in supported operation exception. Okay, this exception is also raised by JVM automatically. This also raised by JVM automatically, and this is a runtime exception, and hence it is unchecked exception. This is nothing but information about unsupported operations exception. So now we are going to see the actual implementation when we will get this exception. Okay, I am going to let you know here and there. Okay. Actually, I am going to create one object. The object is nothing but list of string is equal to collections dot is empty list. And in that, I am going to add the value, the value. So this is not a, we are not going to add this because this is a empty list. So this is an immutable. In that we are going to add this number. So that's why you are getting, as I mentioned earlier, you are getting unsupported formal exception. I'm going to show this one and I will try to run this one. Let's see. Java.lang unsupported operations exception. This exception you will get. This is a restricted because we are adding in that empty list the hello. So that's why you are getting this one. So if you want to handle this exception, what we will do? We will add whatever the resist code is there that we will add in try block. I'm adding this in try block. This is not a resist code. This is a simple list where this is the object we are creating of string, but we are assigning it, we are mentioning like that is an empty list. Okay. So in that only we are adding this hello. So this is addition of this inside this list. This is a restrict code. So we will keep it in try block and we will handle using catch block. So when it's supported exception equals E. Then I will do this and so I will use some message. Means this operation is not valid because because the above line, the line number 17 returns an immutable empty list. This is a immutable empty list. Okay. Now this message I'm going to bring down. Control. I can remove this one also. Now see, we have handled this exception. Now we are getting this information on the function. Like that only we will handle this type of also exception. So basically I have got all 10 exceptions which will occur during a Java programming. That is array-index out of bounds exception, non-pointer exception, class cost exception, illegal argument exception, number format exception, stack overflow error, IO exception, string index out of bounds exception, no such methods exception, unsupported operation exception. This is end of the this is end of top 10 exception series. Thank you. Technical move on. That's it.